Good morning. How are you? Happy Friday. It's approximately 8:56. So let's get closer to the weekend by delving into the charts. Yesterday during our fireside chat, I mentioned that there was PPI news. Well, that was wrong. It was supposed to be CPI yesterday, and today it's supposed to be PPI. Well, the current regime is blaming it on the government shutdown and its inability to produce those reports for the public. So that's that. Side note, I am not using my mic. I'm using the microphone for the laptop, trying to see if it sounds more crisp. Anyway, looking at the chart, we wiped out 2 days worth of gains on Thursday when we had that big move down. I'm guessing that the market didn't appreciate the government lockdown coming to an end. The market tends to not like good news unless they're making it. Let's take a look at the 30-minute chart. You can see that we are clearly outside. So take that as your context lock. We are outside, and put that outside lock on your desk. Where are we in comparison to yesterday in terms of activity? We are outside in terms, excuse me, of activity. So that is our context key that will open up our context lock. We are outside. Let's see what those wild hooligans did overnight. Overnight, those wild guys took the price up above yesterday's mean, and they decided that it was a sale. They bought a few, and now they're deciding that it was too high. That's why we're way down below. But we don't know what they're going to do because the market is, you never know what they're going to do until the fat lady sings, and she hasn't sung yet because she's not open. But with that being said, let's open up our context clue of the day. Take the lock off your desk, put the key in. We are outside. So what does that mean? Well, there are a couple of possibilities. Before I started this talk, we were obviously very much acting impulsively, and the market sellers were saying, we're going to make it another trend day down, so let's go. Yippee-ki-yay. But within the last couple of minutes, the buyers are saying, not so fast. Here, hold my cup of coffee. I'm going to make things change. So right now, we have a little responsive push. So there's two ways. If the market continues down at open, then we can say we have a trend day down. The sellers are being impulsive. Yesterday's low was not low enough. But if the market decides that it's going to respond and the buyers are going to give it their best shot, then it becomes what we call responsive, and we will fade it back up. And when I say faded back up, we will try, or I should say they, because I'm not big enough to make a difference, but we will fade it back up and we will try and get it back up to previous day low. And if it gets back up to previous day low, and until it gets back up to previous day low, we're impulsive. But if it does, we will see what kind of action they decide to do once it gets there. Because if it gets there and then they start doing a whole bunch of mini auctioning, then we might really be having a trend day down. So who knows? This might be the V-shaped recovery. That up might be our V-shaped recovery for the day. Who knows? If you know, please let me know so that I can send you my telephone number so that you can share that with me, because it would be nice to be able to write it back up with you and those guys. So it is 9 o'clock. Use the time between now and open to make your Saturday night dinner reservations. Perhaps grab a cup of coffee, and I will see you in a few minutes around 9:40ish. Actually, I'll pop in at 9:30, give you a quick assessment as to whether they're responding or we're acting impulsively still, and then I'll come back at 9:40. Till then, toodles. Just popping in to say it is definitely acting impulsively. So right now we're trending down. What a tumultuous day I'm having. I am waiting for an entry. I made a mistake on the micros this morning, so I'm back on the mini. I'll be back when I'm in a trade. It looks like the buyers are finally coming in, and hopefully we'll be heading up to yesterday's point of control and yesterday's previous day low. We'll see. We're making a new little distribution. You can see that on the right SVP column.
Now why you wanna go and do that? And do that? Huh?
That's my alarm for the IBH high, IBH low. The initial balance high, initial balance low. Just added another contract. That was a mistake. I took it off. I want to set the initial balances. $67.39.50. It's probably going to take out initial balance high. We know that. We're so close. And I put it up for another long where we just got in because that was at the edge. I still think we're going up for previous day volume point of control and that's around previous day high. And we'll take one off if it gets to that. I'm ending the day. Wish you guys a good weekend. I am going to my aunt's birthday party in Detroit, so I'm calling it a day early. Quite a milestone for her. She's turning 95, so I'm going to call it a weekend. Have a great one. See you guys next week. Smooches. Just thought I'd pop back in one last time. I was trying to go for a $2,000 day today, so we'll see if we can make it. We're almost there. Oh boy. That's it. Grand finale. Have a great weekend.